At first, she just seemed momentarily not herself. She'd get angry for no reason and forget what once came naturally. But when I heard she'd backed out of the garage with the driver's side door open, I knew something was seriously wrong. Once we'd all worked through our feelings of denial, tests were taken, possibilities were eliminated, and my mother was diagnosed with frontal lobe dementia. Cindy Gralton was 48 years old, and I was 18. Some of the most difficult times came in the early years, as we tried to help her cope with her frustration towards the brain that was slowly betraying her. We tried to keep her spirits up by enjoying some of her favorite things, watching the birds flutter around their feeders, or taking walks through the garden she'd worked so hard to cultivate. Thankfully, as the disease progressed, her irritation seemed to subside. As a family, we decided to do everything we could to keep Mom's sense of self strong, as roles were reversed and we became caretakers for the woman who'd cared so well for us. Shortly after her diagnosis, I took a walk with my mom. She was starting to come to terms with her condition, although we tried to talk about anything but. After 20 minutes of typically benign conversation, she suddenly turned to me and said, "I don't want to be a burden." Devastated, I held her and made assurances I knew to be false. I told her not to worry, that things were going to be all right. In retrospect, I know I was talking as much to myself as I was to her. Despite the fact that her condition has progressed substantially in the past 9 years, Mom and I still share moments of joyful communion. To see her eyes come alive, even for a moment, provides incredible comfort. Although shrouded, her spirit is not extinguished. Her ability to express herself has dwindled, but her capacity for love remains. Four years after her diagnosis, Mom had largely stopped talking. The occasional utterance escaped, but for the most part she was silent. One night as I was helping her to bed, she looked at me and said, "I'm not scared anymore." As I held her and sobbed, I hoped I might someday feel the same way about death.